I
have a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
So, do it bother y'all when anybody say church gig when they say they like just for the sake of saying, hey, I had this church gig. Does that bother any one of y'all?
Referring to church as a gig?
Yeah.
No, it don't bother me.
Okay.
Because I will.
Yeah. I'm just asking because I get a few people, or I hear.
I'm finna look up the definition of gig right quick.
Yeah, let's look up gig and see what gig means.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I get what you're saying, because what happens is some people, it's I get it to a certain extent. It's church and reference and stuff like that, and you're not supposed to bring church down to the world or on a secular level, even though the church does that themselves. But if it's not like your home church. You feel what I'm saying? If it's like, hey bro, I got this pastor and wife anniversary and we need an organist. Can you can you pull up? Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Then at that point, it's just like a one time thing or every now and again thing. At that point, yeah, it's a gig.
Yeah.
Now, by definition says a live performance by or engagement for a musician or group playing popular or jazz music. A job, especially one that is temporary or freelance and performed on an informal or on-demand basis.
Sound like a gig to me.
So by definition, you could call a church gig a church performance or whatever a gig. Now, I'm gonna tap into my other part of me. There's a difference between you looking at the church gig as an actual paid gig, and there's a difference of you looking at it as you serving. I feel like people who gig or have the mindset of gig, I feel like that gets overshadowed. I mean, well, the servitude part gets overshadowed by the gig, because you look at it as a hireling space instead of you actually saying, how can I be of service, or how can I serve the people today?
I'll be out here hireling. I will hireling like a mofo.
You know what, Indigo? I don't even disagree with that either. She said, but these pastors treat this like a gig as well. Yes. And one of the things I think Mike Pugh posted his son on the drums, and he was saying, hey,
shout out to Makai, shout out to nephew.
He was saying, hey, he's open, for some church gigs on Sundays or whatever. He was like, but he's not just going to be coming in, for one, pennies on the dollar. And then two, he was like, he needs to be able to be fed. And I think that's the big difference when you are wanting to be engaged at a church on staff. You serving, you care about yourself being fed. If it's just a gig, you don't care whether you receive the word or not, or if your soul is fed or not. I feel that's the difference between serving and gigging. I feel like there's a big difference.
So I feel like the being fed part, that should come from your home church. I feel
what
like,
if you don't have a home church?
If you don't have a home church,
you just wavered in all your ways, unstable in all your ways. If you
don't have a home church, you should look from somewhere to get fed. Me personally, I don't think
just walking around hungry.
I don't think the feeding just have to come from the four walls of church. That's just me. I have people that when I put it to you like this, and we've had this conversation before on the pod. Having a conversation with my goddad, and we sitting at the dinner table, and it's like, and we talking till like 1 or 2 in the morning. That has done more for me than any church has ever done for me. You know what I'm saying? How he would feed, and this isn't just like, two guys talking. Whatever the conversation that we're having, because of course my goddad is a pastor, so he's gonna even when he preach, he got this thing: first natural, then spiritual, right? or he'll say, "Now I'm not trying to get churchy, or I'm not trying to treat it like it's Sunday morning." But sitting down and having those conversations, with him and him feeding me spiritually, and me, him doing that does more for me than hooping does. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me. I will say, wherever it is, you should find somewhere that gives you some type of spiritual edification, especially as a musician, because you need that. Mm-hmm. We go through hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you do need to find somewhere to get some type of spiritual edification outside of a random Instagram clip or something.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You feel what I'm saying? And where you're getting that spiritual edification from, there should be some type of relationship between you and that overseer or that elder or that whoever. That's what me personally, that's what I think. So again, I say the spiritual feeding part, that should come from your home church. Mm-hmm. Anything outside of that, if you have to go play, if I'm looking, if you need me to come play drums for that,
that's a gig.
Pastor and wife anniversary,
that's a gig.
You know what I'm saying? Just that one time. I don't know you. I don't know these people. I'm not necessarily going there for that. I'm going there for the business agreement that we made. You know what I'm saying?
Let me read some of these comments. So Dre said people treat gigs better than church. Indigo said we definitely got to be grounded. Brandon Price said, I've had many church gigs, but only a few where I was actually fed. He said, and being fed does not necessarily just come from the pastor. Absolutely. And I agree. That's where a well-rounded church comes into play. Mm-hmm. Oh, whatever.
And again, we are taking call-ins. So if y'all wanna call in and chop it up with us too, you know what I'm saying, about this particular subject, y'all more than welcome. Jose in the building, shout out. What's good, homie?
Yeah. Indigo said, I have been church hurt for too long. So trusting where to get. I'm tired of church. I can't. She said, so trusting where to get fed is very hard for me. And I'm called to be a praise and worship singer. You know what? I actually feel that for you, Indigo. And I'm not even being funny. I actually feel that for you.
I remember when you was your gospel artist days. Yeah.
I've never experienced.
She's been a gospel artist.
She was in the gospel scene for a little bit of time.
That don't surprise me because she churchy.
But definitely got the chop.
She churchy. So
but I can see that. But I just think as much as it's the responsibility of the musician to find a relationship with a church or a leader that will sow into them as far as spirituality, I think it's also the leader's responsibility. It's like a two-way street.
Shout out to Jose for the stars. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all support, man.
And I think that's where the communication is lacking with musicians, and I feel like that's where the two don't talk.
I put that. I still put that. I put that on the musician. I'm
solely.
Yeah, I think if I'm wanting to get in shape, first it's on me to get out the bed. It's on me to choose to eat better, right? Even if I have a trainer. Hell, it's on me to go find the trainer, to get the trainer.
That's good.
And it's on me to get up in the morning and go to the gym and do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I look at you, Lou, and your weight loss journey. Those were a lot of personal decisions you had to make.
For sure. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure a good percentage of those decisions weren't easy.
They were no.
You feel what I'm saying? I like bacon. I like pork chops. I like ribs. You feel what I'm saying? But I saw where you were, and I saw where you're at now. Proud of you, and you had to get up and make personal decisions. You had to be responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same thing when it comes to mental health, when it comes to spiritual health. You know what I'm saying? You have to get to a place to where you're saying, yo, I want to be better. I need to be better. What do I need to do? Even after you hear that good sermon or get that good talking to or whatever, there's still work you have to go out and do. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's gonna do it for you. Like
absolutely.
Right.
Them dishes ain't gonna wash themselves.
Absolutely. So that's why I put that. That's the